Hello and welcome back to Talk STB here. I have returned. A very, very big apologies for the time that I have spent away from YouTube. Obviously away from Twitter as well, permanently now. But I am back here today, and I'm certainly returning on a fantastic performance tonight. 6-0 winners against Athletic. Going to be running through the game as usual, or as I did before. So just stay along with us. We're going to be looking at the game. And I do have a special guest in today who's going to be running through the game with us and posting some questions, which we're going to get answers. So if we get straight into that, we start now with the lineup and what we thought of that. So here we go.
What did you think of the lineup?
Well, yeah, I sort of asked the question myself there, but yeah, I thought the lineup was interesting from Lucho. You know, every week you can sort of guess, the front three are always going to play. There's Claudio Bravo, Piqué, Mascherano, but certainly there was one thing, that stuck out, and that was that Alex Vidal was included ahead of Dani Alves, and we could well see more of that. Lucho does seem to favour Dani Alves, at the moment, certainly. He's fresh, he's ready, he's not played much football this season, so he's certainly full of running, and I thought he's actually really good today. He grew in confidence as the game went on. He played some very, very good passes as well, and he's starting to get that sort of relationship on that right-hand side with Lionel Messi, with Iniesta, with Rakitic, and I thought he had a really good game today, Vidal.
Were you surprised at Lucho putting in Rakitic instead of Arda?
Yeah, I mean, with Rakitic and Arda, I think that's something we're going to be seeing, throughout the season, different rotations, not only with Rakitic and Arda, but also with Iniesta and Arda as well coming in. But I thought, Rakitic hasn't played an awful lot these last few games. In the Copa against Espanyol, he didn't really play that much, and also at the weekend as well. So I thought certainly coming into this game, Rakitic needed some game time. He started the game, he finished the game, and he had a damn good game as well. He played really well today, he was good on the ball, he was committed, and I think certainly bringing Arda in will definitely improve Rakitic's performance. He'll feel that he needs to go out every week and really convince, and that's certainly what he did today. And again, obviously Arda came on later on in the game, and we saw again more depth in our squad, which is what we've been crying out for.
Do you think Arda and Rakitic will have a healthy rivalry or a more Claudio and Ter Stegen rivalry?
Yeah, well, I'd like to think they would have a healthy rivalry. Certainly Alves and Vidal. Alves came out and said that would be a healthy rivalry. There would be no animosity between the two, but certainly you'd hope it'd be good. I think they'll be very, very good though, because all three midfielders, Iniesta, Rakitic and Arda, can all work together. They've all got big things, big strengths and weaknesses. They can all help each other along. We'll certainly need all three of them and Sergio Roberto throughout this season. We've got a lot of games coming up. We've got Athletic again now in midweek, so the games are coming thick and fast, certainly in this month, so we're going to need all our players to be at the top of their game, and there's going to be a healthy relationship, I'm sure of that.
Yes. So, early on in the game, there was a penalty. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it was so early on in the game. You'd hardly sat down before there was a massive, massive incident, and it all happened so quickly because the ball was played in behind. Luis Suarez, as he does, chasing down everything, and I think it's a chaser for Athletic who's actually he's unconvincing because he's actually right side when the ball is played, but somehow he gets himself in a mix-up. Suarez does pull on his shirt slightly, but being a centre-back, you've got to be strong, you've got to be bold, and for me it's not enough for a free kick. Suarez then gets wrong side of a Cheta, and then the keeper's in trouble because he's already off his line. He needs to make a decision. He jumps in full throttle, gets nowhere near the ball, takes down Luis Suarez, and it's got to be a red card. If you take him down there, he's not got anywhere near the ball. If Suarez goes round him and he stays on his feet, it's a goal, but he's taken down, so for me it has to be a penalty and therefore a red card. So in my opinion, it was a right decision, although it did sort of ruin the game because Athletic playing a long, long time there with 10 men. You've got to feel sorry for them really, but it was the right decision from the referee, that I feel anyway.
Yes, it was definitely the correct decision. And you have to feel sorry for the player that got taken off. And
yeah, Muniain taken off. He'd just come back from injury as well, Ika Muniain, so it must have been you seen him going off. He was not happy, but, somebody's got to go off, so unfortunate for him, I guess.
So, Neymar was the next to score with a Suarez assist. What are your thoughts on the goal?
Well, yeah, it was typical Suarez again. He's getting in behind, he's hustling and bustling within the defenders, and it's Neymar who's all alone on the left-hand side. I think DeMarcos is caught out, he was attacking as he does, and Neymar gets some space. Suarez gets his head up, plays it into him, and then Neymar's one-on-one with Herrera, and it's a brilliant finish. It is an absolutely fantastic finish, because I think Neymar had missed the chance prior to this one, and this is really, really cool and composed. Just lifts it over the goalkeeper, and it's 2. Now, that was a big goal, because that was just for half-time. time, getting ourselves nice and confident going into the break, and certainly sealing a very, very healthy lead for the rest of the game and a sign of things to come.
Yeah. Speaking of halftime, what are your thoughts on Arda being subbed on for Messi?
Well, I thought when I saw Arda coming on, I was thinking, fair enough, who's going to be going off? Is it going to be Iniesta or is it going to be Rakitic? And I think we were all very, very surprised to see Lionel Messi's number come up on the board, and that was a big shock to everyone, and everybody was, on Twitter and on the social media was saying, where is Messi? It seems that he had some sort of discomfort in his thigh muscle, that there was some worry about whether he'd be able to maybe aggravate that injury during the game if he'd played on, and I think with the games coming up thick and fast, as I mentioned earlier, it was safer to just say to Messi, look, it's 2-0, why don't you just come off now and have a little break? That's what he's done. The club is saying that it's not serious and not anything to worry about, so I'm sure that he'll be playing on Wednesday. Messi doesn't like to miss games if he can avoid it, so I think it's just a case of precaution, really, and I think Messi coming off there was nothing serious.
Yeah, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Exactly, especially with him being out earlier on in the season for quite an extended period as well, so...
Yes, this happened after halftime, but what do you think about Jordi's injury?
Yeah, well, that one is more serious, Jordi Alba. I think anyway. He pulls up his hamstring, and certainly maybe the injury isn't serious. We don't know that yet, but certainly if he is injured, that is much more serious because we are seriously under players in that left back position. We've got nobody. We got nobody there. We got Mathieu, who's not actually available at the moment for selection, and Adriano apparently was going to be leaving us in the January transfer window. So we've got no options for left back, as we haven't had for a while. So hopefully Jordi Alba now can get that fitness back. It looked like he'd stretched for the ball. Hopefully it's just a little muscle injury, or if it's something that he's pulled. But I hope there's no tear or anything like that, because that could be serious if that was to become something which kept him out for a number of weeks. So hopefully he's okay.
But what about Sergi coming and playing left back?
Well, I mean, that boy can play anywhere. Sergio Roberto, I think that's the 7th position that he's actually played in all season long. We've seen him at right back, we've seen him in midfield, we've seen him going forward in that midfield position, we've seen him in defensive midfield. He can play anywhere. You put him anywhere on that pitch and he'll do a job for you, and that is the kind of guy that you want in your squad. So, I mean, I'm not sure he could do a job consistently at left back. He wasn't really tested by Athletic in that game, but certainly if you haven't got any options and you've got nobody else to put there, Sergi's your man. He'll do it. He'll give you 100%, and he's always solid and he always does the best he can. And certainly today he filled in there for a number of minutes and he was alright. So if the worst comes to worst, it looks like he'll have to go to somebody like Sergio Roberto to just fill in at left back. Bartra came on as well. He was shifted into the centre back position. So I'm not sure what Lucho will do. We'll have to see if Mathieu or Adriano can get back in time if Alba is out injured. But certainly if the things do go badly, Roberto could well be an option.
So anyways, back to the start of the second half. What do you think about Suarez's first goal with a Neymar assist?
Yeah, we all sort of coming to terms with Lionel Messi being substituted and thinking, what's going to be the rest of this game now, and straight away you've got a goal. Suarez being played in by Neymar. Those two, again, you saw when Messi was injured earlier on in the season, those two have a great combination, and I think with Messi going off, it does give those two a bit more space, a bit more freedom, and it's a nice little play by Neymar into Suarez, and of course when he's one-on-one, he doesn't miss. Give him an open goal and he might miss it, but certainly one-on-one, he doesn't miss those, and it's a nice finish for 3-0, so that was a nice goal as well.
Yeah, their chemistry, they built a lot of chemistry.
Yeah, those two, they have definitely come on a long way, those two. Specifically when Messi was out, they did improve a lot, and I think that's definitely being carried on now, even when Messi does play. So those two certainly very healthy at the moment.
And the next goal was Rakitic with another Neymar assist.
Well, that Neymar assist, you want to watch that over and over again. That was some assist from Neymar. He gets it on the left-hand side, tight to the left touchline, and he's away from DeMarcos before he can even see the ball. He's past him. And then he's got two defenders then in the box, which he just squares up. He's got the trickery, he's got the close control, takes it to the byline, cuts it back. He knows exactly where Rakitic is going to be, and Rakitic does well as well to get him into that position, get into the 6-yard box where he could be receiving a pass, and a nice finish in 4-0. And then we're just getting to party mode then. The passes were flowing, the shots were crying out, and it was a really, really good performance from Neymar today. Excellent on and off the ball, and he did really, really well in front of goal as well.
I really love how unselfish Neymar has become this season with all the assists.
I think definitely. I think he's leading the assists now. He got ahead of Gareth Bale today. He's got a few assists today, and I think in sort of his unselfishness that has to be down to Lionel Messi as well. I think certainly he looks up to Messi. He sees the way that he plays. Luis Suarez as well. Both of them are very very unselfish players. And when Neymar first came to Barcelona, he may have taken on some of the selfish routes. He may have gone for goal. He may have kept his head down. But now he certainly gets his head up. He's working for the team. He's letting everybody know it, and he's playing really really well, and probably the best form that we've ever seen him in. And I'm certainly sure that he can go to higher levels as well.
Now, on to Suarez's second goal with an Arda assist.
Well, this is a nice one. Arda Turan gets the ball like wide, and it's a little bit off the, this is what you want. You want players who are going to come in and give us a bit of a different dimension. Arda gets the ball, he plays it cross field, it's into the area, and Suarez is the best striker in the world for this sort of thing. He brings it down in such a short space of time. He's got that close control, he takes it around the defender, and he buries it in the goal. And it's a brilliant finish because he's got so little time to think about what he's going to do, but it's a really, really good finish, and a nice, again, another assist already for Arda Turan, and I think that's 2 now for him already in a Barca shirt, and he's certainly got off to a good start.
Yes, he has. Now, last but not least, Suarez's third goal with a Busquets assist.
Well, you got it coming. Luis Suarez is on 2 goals. He wants that match ball, and he certainly got it in the end. Busquets playing the ball into him again. It's another cross. This time, though, Suarez doesn't take it down. He just takes it full on the header, and it's a good goal. And it just shows the sort of qualities that Suarez has. He can take it on his chest, he can take it down in the box, or he can go with the aerial power he's got as well. And it was a really, really good 3 goals to Suarez. They're all different goals. His movement is always good, and a nice little ball there from Busquets, who's getting into those advanced positions and doing really, really well. So I'm really, really pleased with Suarez to get those 3 goals today, and now he's top goal scorer in La Liga, I think with 18 goals ahead of Benzema, I think Ronaldo and Neymar.
Yes, so general thoughts on the game?
Well, I think it was a really decent game. I think 6-0 when you win 6-0, I think it was a really good performance. I don't think we can go over the top, though, and say, this is incredible, this is amazing. Athletic played most of the game with 10 men. It's hard enough when you come to the camp now with 11 men. So you got to take that into account. They were tired. They were without some key players as well. Adaris suspended today. Raul Garcia injured. So certainly today it was a very, very good performance with what was out there. We scored some great goals, and there were some great plays out there today. But certainly now we got to look to the midweek game against Athletic, where they're probably going to be with 11 men for a lot more of the game, and we're going to see how we're going to do against them. But I thought it was a good performance today, and something we can take great confidence from.
Yes, I agree.
Okay guys, so I hope you did enjoy today's video. Please leave your thoughts down below on your thoughts on the game. It's nice to be back here on Talk FCB. We're going to try and get you some regular videos going again now, and it was certainly today a good performance to come back on. Leave your thoughts down below on the setup of this whole interview. How do you like it? How are you feeling about all this? And I'll see you very, very soon. But until then, Visca, El Barça.